Good evening, you're listening to The Good Evening Show with your hosts, Henry Van Loon.
And Adrian Wolfman.
With tonight's guests, stock car driver Len Coyers, 51st Ward Alderman Bobby Colosseum, and American goth revivalist cLoveless. Tonight is October 1st, 2017, and you're listening to The Good Evening Show. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, all right, welcome to the show. We are back here in the studio.
I'm
here with Adrian.
Hey, how's it going?
Good evening.
Good evening.
How you doing tonight, Adrian?
I'm doing great, actually. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm feeling a lot better than since last week.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. How are you? Oh, I already asked that.
Ask me again, though.
How you feeling?
I'm okay. Mm-hmm. I'm good.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I got some new headphones, and
those are nice ones.
Yeah,
too.
thanks. Yeah. I mean, I'm not using them right now, but saving them because.
Oh, I know. I've seen them, I'm excited still.
Yeah, they're cool. I think they someday would be if anything ever happens to the headphones I'm currently wearing.
Right, but you need a special occasion to break out those new headphones.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So anyway, if people want to email us, they can.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, and that's at jamginaproductions@gmail.com.
How do you spell that?
That's JAMGINA productions@gmail.com.
Cool.
So what's going on today?
So we have a jam-packed show. It's a great show, and I'm excited about this lineup we have for today. We have a stock car driver on the show today, Len Coyers.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
No, that's interesting. I'm excited about that.
Here's the thing, and I don't want to get real nerdy, but I love like motorsports and race car driving and stuff like that. But I just don't like stock car driving. It's just like, what the heck? It seems like stupid.
Like just stock. You kind of want a more elevated kind of car.
I get it. They drive around in a circle, and I don't like it. So if it's fine with you, I'm actually going to step out during your interview with Len Coyers.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unusual, but sure. Yeah.
No disrespect. I mean, good for him for coming on the show.
Could you get me a sandwich when you're out?
I mean, I guess I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you usual?
The usual.
Yeah.
So just
just
banana.
Yeah, banana
on rye.
Right.
Open face.
Open face. It is now my utmost pleasure to welcome into the studio championship stock car driver Len Coyers. Len has been out on racing circuits all day, I believe, and he's just come into the studio now. Here he is.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yep.
Hey, welcome to the studio.
Yeah, thank you. We had a good car today. We had a couple 500 miles getting around there. We had, I got to thank the team for putting together a real strong package for us today. We had some help from the teammates from putting us from the rear. And, we're just out there. And, some of the Goodyear tires were running strong today.
So
we had a good package. The engine was running good. It was running hot there towards the end. But, around mile, we came in for the pit stops around 250. We had a good run. Coming out. So we had some, we were in traffic there, but we were able to get through, and it was running good. It ran good up front. It ran good in traffic, and that's really what you need. You got to have a good race car up there. I mean, we didn't qualify well, but we were just, running well, and we got to those checkers.
500-mile race.
500 miles, yep. And
wow.
We're out there, and that's the thing you got to remember, man. It's just not qualifying well. You got to get out front, stay out front, and we just we had some partners out there in the draft, so we were able to make it through. What it really took down a couple laps, we got that green-white checker, and we took it and got down to those checkers, and here at Victory Lane. So here we go.
So you won the race.
Yeah, I got to say that the Goodyear had a good package today. We're getting we're getting on the marbles out on the outside, side, but it ran good on the inside. Ran good out in turn 3 and turn 4. We had a good run coming back to the line. And Tide gave us. We had a good Tide. I want to thank Tide. I want to thank Goodies. I want to thank Headache Powder, and I want to thank Subway for putting a great package today.
Are those your main sponsors, or is that just kind of like?
Yeah, we got we have a Goodies Headache Powder that's bringing us through the
Goodies Headache Powder. Yeah, I have actually my grandmother uses that.
Yeah, grandma had a good package today. She was running hot, but we found a way to get around towards the end there, And, a lot of push from the teammates, and we got through. In the middle of the race there, we were wondering about, we had some damage on the front end. We put some tape on it, and we got back out front.
So how did you get into stock car racing? Was this something that you wanted to do since you were a child?
Yeah, basically ever since I was a kid, I was looking at how to get up front today. And, we ran around Richmond. We were looking for it out in Pocono, and then we got out front today. And it was not so good in traffic, but then we got out front, and we had got a bump draft, and we were doing okay.
Well, on behalf of the show, I'd just like to say congratulations on your race today.
Yeah, we're here down in Joliet. We got that Chicagoland Speedway coming up. We're trying to make it into the playoffs, and we got that race out in California coming up. And I just think, with Colin Kaepernick, it's a shame with the people kneeling for the national anthem. That's not an American way. But we had a good package, and the car was running pretty good today.
What? Wait, I think in the middle there, I heard you say something about kneeling and not the American way. Is that what you said?
Yeah, we didn't do so hot in qualifying, but you know what? It's a damn shame. American flag represents our soldiers and American troops, but, Goodyear gave us a good time. We were able to get to those checkers today. I'm hearing victory flag.
I feel like maybe you're talking a little bit fast. We can slow down, just have a nice conversation, you and me here in the studio. There's no reason to rush through it or anything like that. So let me ask you.
We got a couple more races left to go in this package. We're trying to get through the playoffs here. We got, unfortunately, none of the people on the team here, Team Ride Rocks, didn't make it through, but we got some people coming through to push us up. We got a rookie on the team, and he's been doing well, and he's going to, be there to help us through in the end. He's trying to get victory lane too. A
rookie, huh? Are you taking him under your wing, showing him the ropes? That's kind of.
Yep.
Oh, good.
We're trying to get to the point where we can lift up the cup. We got a couple victories this season. We got in victory lane, and trying to win at the home race out in Winnebago. But we don't know, what it's going to take to get that cup this year. The team's running good. We got the good tires, and NFL is a goddamn shame. And we're just trying to get a couple more people out into victory lane.
I'm sorry. Did you say something? Did I hear you say something else about? Never mind. Let's move on.
Well, bottom line, some of these tracks are restrictor plates. We don't run so well there historically with this team, but, we got some engine partnerships going, and, I think we need to keep Redskins. This is how the American tradition, and, hopefully we can get some partnerships out there with the Roush engines and try to make it through.
Did you say something about the Reds? Okay, I'm going to just have to stop you here. It seems like you're trying to sneak in a couple of divisive ideas under the wire there. Or am I just mishearing you? You're talking kind of fast.
Well, there are a couple wrecks out there. We're trying to, come in through the pits under yellow, and, he's our president. We got to support him and give him 100%.
Now, you've been racing for,
we got just a couple more races left. We got to go out to New Hampshire, then we got a couple races down California Speedway, and then we're just going to hope to come back and bring with the cup. So I got to run. We got the team we're packing up for our next week, but, crew chief ran well. We had great pit stops today. We're coming in during yellow, and we got the checkers and the victory flame.
Oh, wow, and he's already out the door. He is a very quick-moving individual. Len Coyers, championship stock car racer, and I just want to thank him for coming by. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to hear more Good Evening Show.
From the people who brought you the Love Note and Boat of Love comes the greatest love story ever told.
Herman?
Yeah?
I have some bad news.
What is it?
He had some bad news.
You know that job I got in Alaska?
Yeah.
I've been transferred.
What do you mean? Does that mean that
we have to go to Dubai?
I don't know if I can live in Dubai.
We don't just have to live in Dubai, Herman. We have to be straight.
Their world was going to change.
I don't want to try to be straight. Look at these clothes. They're so boring.
Just this once. Because I'm taking you halfway around the world.
I feel like a princess.
Put the veil on!
Grab your hankies for the greatest love story ever told. Dubai, bye, bye. And hey, welcome back to the show. Okay. I was hoping you'd finish your sandwich faster than that, Adrian. Come on, man. Just set it down for a second. Okay, so we are back at the show, the Good Evening Show. Good evening. Okay, and we have, this is exciting, we have 51st Ward Alderman Bobby Colosseum on the show today. And to our listeners who are outside of Chicago, Chicago's a big city.
It's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, and to try to help with some of the constituents' concerns, it's broken up into a series of 51 wards. And
each ward has its own alderman.
Yeah, they're called an alderman. Yeah, and I think they meet on a what is it, the Aldermanic Council?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Let's go with that.
The Alderman Colosseum almost sounds like a place where you'd see a hockey game.
Yeah, that's real funny.
Okay, I'm sorry. Mr. Colosseum. Welcome to the show. So what made you decide to go into local politics?
Well, I grew up in the neighborhood, and it was always a passion of mine. And I kind of fell into it. I was a ward committeeman. I was a precinct captain. I did a lot of work, a lot of organizing. I know the right people and where to go and how to get it done. And I really love my community. I'd like to keep it the way it's always been. And sometimes that means you got to help things out.
Can you tell us a little bit about the 51st Ward?
Well, it's over by there, up on the northwest side. Mm-hmm. And we got a lot of little neighborhoods. We got pieces of Norgood Park. Okay. We got Old Wayfair. Oh, everybody loves Wayfair.
Yeah, Wayfair's a great
it's a great place. They got the bars coming in, which brings the bicycles and the hipsters. But they spend their money, so we're okay.
Okay,
that's not my place. We try not to judge in the 51st Ward.
Sounds like a great place to live.
Oh, it's a wonderful place to live.
I think I'm trying to figure out if I've been there. What are some? They got a Jiffy Lube up there, I think.
We got 2 or 3 Jiffy Lubes at this point. We got a Denny's Tavern. Denny's Tavern is really nice. People keep trying to order pancakes there. Denny does not appreciate that. It's not a funny joke.
Different kind of Denny's.
It's a very different Denny's.
Okay.
You order a Grand Slam there, you're likely to get hit.
So just real salt of the earth Chicago.
Oh, yeah, old school northwest side Chicago.
So you said working to try to keep the neighborhood great. What kind of activities are you pushing for in your ward?
Well, education's a big part of our ward. We got a couple of magnet schools. We don't got the charters because, it's a complicated system. But I think the public schools should stay public.
Amen.
Yay, absolutely. Also, if you don't write the right check, you don't get to play the ball. You know how it is.
Oh, Chicago politics.
Right. I mean,
no offense.
None taken. This is how I make my living. Thank you. There's no shame in it. I work very hard for the people of the 51st Ward, and I deserve to reap the benefits of living in a fine community.
I think I get what you're saying. You're saying like you're dedicating your life to making
absolutely
your neighborhood better.
Public service.
Sure. Okay.
We do a lot of block parties.
Okay.
I organize a lot of block parties. I solve a lot of problems. I like to lubricate the skids as it may be.
What does that mean?
Well, if somebody's having trouble with zoning or this or that, a little bit there, a little bit there, and if you see something wrong in your neighborhood, you call the ward office and we fix things.
I never quite know when to call my alderman. Like, there's problems in my street, and I don't know if it's like an aldermanic concern or.
Well, like what's an example there, Hank?
We had a street light that was out for a couple weeks.
That's Streets and Sand.
Oh, so I wouldn't call the alderman for that.
Well, I mean, you could call the alderman for that, but it's Streets and Sand. It'd be easier to call Streets and Sand, right?
I don't really know.
I mean, you can bother Barbara if you want, but she's a busy woman. She's 82 years old. Call Streets and Sand.
Okay, sure.
I'll give you the number after the show.
There's a really big.
I'm not really here to fix your street light for you.
I feel like you're going to say this is a Streets and Sand issue also, but there's like a giant hole in our street right in front of my apartment.
It's
Where do you live, Hank?
I'm over there in Google Maps calls it Bricktown.
Yeah, that ain't the 51st Ward.
Okay. Good point. I was just asking if maybe you could tell me if I should call my alderman for that.
Have you tried calling your alderman?
Yeah.
And what did he tell you?
It's always busy.
Okay. That's a sign. When you knock on the door and somebody doesn't answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it means they don't want to talk to you.
So, like, they're screening my calls at the alderman's office.
Maybe it ain't just you. Maybe they're real busy. Maybe they got the wrong element moving into the neighborhood. It's a big problem. All over Chicago, you got the wrong element moving in. Nobody wants to talk about it, but it's there.
I'd like to talk about
Actually,
it.
What do you mean by the wrong element?
Well, I mean, we can be honest here, right? I mean, we're living in a new America. We got a new president. We don't have to be quite as careful about what let's call it what it is. Stage magicians.
Oh. Yeah. The old sleight of hand.
I don't follow. I'm sorry.
Stage magicians.
Is that a code for some sort of?
I think this is not like a dog whistle coded message.
No. This is a serious problem. We can't tiptoe around it.
You're talking literally.
I'm talking about card tricks and coins out of the ears and endless reams. Just who needs that many handkerchiefs? And where are the pigeons coming from? And let me tell you, they say it's a dove, but you spray paint a pigeon white, and I want you to tell me the difference from 25 feet away.
So is there a large contingent of magicians moving into the 51st Ward?
Well, there didn't used to be, but here's the thing about magicians. It's not like they wear their white gloves everywhere they go. They look like regular people, and they introduce it slowly. Maybe they're at a barbecue, and they do a card trick for you. Maybe your kid's clown canceled on their birthday, and they're like, well, I know a little bit of illusion.
That's true. I was at a party, and a guy started doing magic.
Next thing you know, they're sawing your wife in half and stealing your wallet.
Oh.
And charging you to put her back together, which is not a bad racket, but I don't need it in my ward.
I'm sorry, Mr. Colosseum. I just don't see what the issue is. They're entertainers. They're performing a...
You ever lived next door to a stage magician?
Well, no, I can't say that I have.
You got explosions happening all hours of the day and night.
Wow.
You got smoke coming out of things.
Jeez.
Sounds more like a meth lab.
Yeah, I think you might be describing a meth lab.
I'd prefer a meth lab. At least meth dealers provide a valuable service to their community. Truckers fall asleep and people die. But what do stage magicians do? They turn your children into clowns.
I don't know. I would rather live next to a magician than a meth lab. Definitely.
Hold on.
Definitely.
How do they turn
your children into clowns? I
Oh,
need more of
because
that.
everybody wants to be an entertainer then, and it's hard to do the illusion. You start out, it's just one trick here, it's one trick there. They find out it's easier to get a laugh. They're putting paint on their faces, and kids can't stay quiet, so they can't be mimes.
So you're saying that stage magic is a gateway drug to clowning?
No, I'm saying that clowning is a side effect of a rampant stage magic problem. It's terrible.
I've actually seen quite a few stage magicians in my time, and
I just gotta say,
it was nothing short of a delightful
Hold on,
evening.
Henry. Hold on. Are you backing the magicians?
Well, I'm not taking a side
Have you
here.
paid
I'm just
money
saying,
to watch magic?
Well, yeah, of course, a few times. It's something to do. You go out and you enjoy a magic show. It's fun for the whole family.
It's fun.
Yeah,
It's fun. When they take your watch off your hand, that's fun. They dangle it in front of you like you're some kind of an idiot. That's a good time to you.
It sounds like you're speaking from personal experience here.
I'm just saying, who hasn't had their pockets picked by some kind of stage magician? People are always saying it's the Roma, and they're fine people. I've never had a problem with a gypsy, but I've had my pocket picked by a magician wearing his tuxedo and a cape. Who wears a cape? It's 2017. Are you fighting crime?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm having a hard time with this. Is this just... You just despise all stage magicians?
Well,
it's
not just the stage magicians. The problem isn't strictly the stage magicians. Okay. You see, the stage magicians are the beginning of what I like to call the magicifying of a neighborhood, where you take a good, old-fashioned neighborhood, you sink all its character out. The next thing you know, you got clowns, you got circus folk, you got people who have all kinds of skills, they like to call them, talents, as they may. But it's never a skill. It's never a talent. Okay, so you hammer something up your nose and you set your back on fire. I don't know what that is.
I'm stunned here.
I would love to see someone set their back on fire.
This is why nobody can walk through Wicker Park anymore.
That's true. Wicker Park is hard to walk through.
Because of the magicians?
I don't know.
Magicians and you got beds and nails laying everywhere.
Say, strollers seem to be a big problem there.
Oh, they breed.
They're making little magicians.
Oh, you ever see a magical family that's got any less than 6 or 7 kids? I tell you have not. And then they buy those little tuxes for them. It makes me sick.
I noticed that there's a magic shop in my neighborhood. Should I be concerned?
You should.
No,
that's something to call your alderman about. And if they don't answer the phone, you go to the office and you knock.
I mean, could I just go into the shop?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Why not?
Because it's seductive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first time it's fun.
I mean, I know like 2 card
tricks. And then
tricks.
before long, you have to do it to live.
I should mention, full disclosure, we have a magician who's coming on the show in 2 weeks.
You better make sure everything's up to code.
Okay. Like the lighting and the...
It'd just be a shame if an inspector came through and put the kibosh on that.
Wow.
Why did you tell him there's a magician coming? He clearly hates magicians.
No, I'm signed up for the newsletter. It's okay.
Yeah,
Your strange bias against magicians doesn't seem like it's rooted in reality.
It's not a
seems
strange
like it's a
bias.
personal vendetta that you have against them.
It's not a personal vendetta. Lots of people, I get calls all the time. I get calls from my constituents on an almost daily basis.
Look, I got.
How many magicians do you personally know?
Maybe they should go back to where they came from.
Look, I can't do this anymore, guys. I need to come clean.
Yeah.
My father's a clown.
Really?
Yeah, it's true.
Wow. That's
a-
interesting. You never
like a
told me
real
that before.
clown, like a circus clown.
Okay. First of all, that's you don't get to say that, sir. You don't get to say that. Yeah, I'm half clown.
Wow. Well, Henry, I had no idea.
You know, it's not that I'm ashamed.
Now, so many things are clicking into place.
I think, I like to think we live in a society where you don't have to, introduce yourself as half clown everywhere you go.
Sure.
But, it's a proud part of who I am and how I grew up.
You came from a clowning family.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my father, I think there's a part of him that would have been really happy if I started clowning, but he let me go my own way.
That's good. That's really good for a father and son relationship to be like.
By the way, have you paid your podcast tax this year?
Adrian?
Yes.
Yeah?
I want to say yes. Yeah.
I hope so. It'd be a shame if you got shut down before you could have your magicians on.
Yeah.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll
Give
have
him
to
a-
check that
Yeah,
out.
you can't pay with a check. It's got to be cash. Your father was a clown. You understand how these things work. We'll talk.
It has been an interesting.
Thank you so much for
conversation.
having
Thank
me
you
on,
very
gentlemen.
much.
It was a good time. I got to get back to a civilized world though. So thank you.
Well, you heard it there, folks. 51st Ward Alderman Bobby Colosseum.
More Good Evening Show after this. Well, hey, Henry.
Hey, what's up, Adrian?
I'm feeling kind of hungry. How about you?
Yeah.
Let's ask this guy over here.
Hey, dude, am I feeling hungry?
Yes.
What do you got for us?
Ooh, what do I got for you?
Yeah.
I got a wonderful product.
Okay.
Roast beef.
Roast beef.
I've heard of it. Tell us about it.
Wait, this is a jar. It says roast beef butter.
Oh, I can't believe it's roast beef butter.
It is.
It looks like it.
Tell us about roast beef butter.
It's butter with roast beef in a jar.
Ooh.
You can put it on things or just stick it in your face.
Should we try it?
Yes, you should.
I mean, I don't really eat any of those things. But okay, surprisingly sweet.
That's the sugar.
Does this have an alcohol content?
26% by volume.
God,
It's pretty sharp, yeah.
I need like a chaser.
Oh, well, I'm glad you said that.
Oh no.
because we
that?
have our new energy drink. Fish juice.
Okay, what is it?
Try it.
Oh god, it's actual fish juice. Oh,
It's not entirely fish juice.
I kind of like it.
I thought it was
That's
a clever...
the Malort.
Oh, Malort, Chicago's official drink. Find it or don't.
Welcome back, listeners.
Hey, Adrian, I don't know about you, but I'm really excited about this next guest.
Oh, who do we have again?
Well, this is a band. It's
I love bands.
Yeah, they're kind of an American goth revival. cLoveless.
cLoveless.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of these guys. They're really making a name for themselves.
Absolutely. And that name is cLoveless. I think, or is it cLoveless? It's hard. The C is lowercase and the L is capitalized.
Well, why don't we ask them? They're right here in the studio.
How rude of me. We got the whole crew right here. Welcome onto the show, guys and gals.
Hey, man, thanks.
Hey, how's it going?
So this is kind of embarrassing. I know your songs, and I've seen videos of your performances. Is it cLoveless or cLoveless?
Yes. I mean, they're both valid interpretations.
Oh, okay.
Music is all about making a connection with art, and
Sure. Well,
discovering what it means to you as a human being.
Oh, that's beautiful. Very humanist perspective.
I do have one small interruption, though.
Sure.
I'm from Canada.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm from America, but he's from Canada.
Okay, so kind of across the borders.
We don't like to think of borders. We're all human.
Sure.
We're all human here.
So you guys have been described as reviving the goth scene in America. Tell me what that means to you guys.
It never really went away, did it?
I mean, for a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I'm quoting here from your website that you're American goth revivalists.
We didn't write it.
Okay.
That's our publicists.
Oh, sure. Okay. So, well, I mean, what do our listeners need to know about goth music?
I like it.
I like it too. It's got a mood to it.
So for our listeners,
it's not saccharine like much of today's modern pop music. It's not always happy. It has a range of emotions from sad to dark to brooding to unquiet.
Okay,
yes,
kind of sounds like one emotion, but that's cool. I should let our listeners know you guys are dressed in all black.
Yes,
you look very serious.
My underwear is actually a shade of gray.
Oh, okay. I would never have guessed that. Do you guys have a song you'd like to play for us?
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, we have a whole lot of songs.
I meant the underwear.
Oh.
It's elaborate.
Oh.
It's kind of like Long John's. It's very cold outside.
Which song are we playing?
Oh, we were going to do the new one. It's a debut. We haven't done this for anybody.
Oh, debut. We love that.
Okay, I feel ready. I'm ready for this.
I hope so.
All right, we're playing a song debuting on our show. A song by the... Oh, are you okay there?
I'm just warming up.
Oh, sure. Okay. A debut from cLoveless.
Did you see the note that I left on the fridge? 'Cause I wanted you to see what I needed later. Did you see the different ingredients that I need? 'Cause I want to make a chicken pot pie next morning.
I don't care what you want to cook, I'm not going to eat it because you're terrible. I don't want to even live here. If it wasn't for the lease, I would be gone.
How can you say that after all that we've been through? Because we got here when we were just teenagers, and now you're saying we need to go to a different place to live. I don't know.
I met you on Craigslist, I didn't even know you before 6 months ago. I don't like the way you smell or what you watch on the television, you hoe.
I want to move somewhere else. Somewhere.
Why don't you do it? Don't threaten me with a good time.
I thought we had some good times
We
here.
didn't.
I thought we had some laughs.
We didn't.
I thought that we were really getting to be brothers.
I don't even like you.
Well, maybe next time you answer an ad for something like a roommate that wants a lifelong friend, you should probably go ahead and think about it before you respond.
I never said I wanted to be friends. I work a different shift from you, and we never even see each other. How could we be friends? It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment.
That's why I leave you notes. That's why I tell you things. Good things about yourself, 'cause I care about your self-esteem.
But the things that you have to say don't even apply to me. They're weird and sometimes uncomfortable. Sometimes they're oddly sexual. Sometimes they're non sequiturs. Sometimes I think it's a fortune cookie.
If you've got a problem with me, I tell you right now, you be out the door in an hour or two, 'cause I got my stuff all packed, that's all in a cube.
You're telling me to leave, but your stuff is packed. I don't even understand where you're going with this. It's as if you haven't thought it through. It's as if you're an impulsive bastard.
I have a mental issue. You know that about me. I told you when I moved in here, and that is a problem, you see.
I flush your medication. There's nothing more to say than that. I just want you to know I did that to you. I also ate your lunch.
You ate my lunch?
I drank your beer.
You drank my beer?
Your ice cream.
There's nothing here.
I didn't eat it, I just threw it away.
I spent good money on that stuff. I can't believe you threw it out.
Did the same thing to your leftovers.
What the hell, man?
I want you to understand, this project is done.
What?
We're done. We're done.
I want to...
No.
That was our new one.
Okay, I hate to ask this.
Yes.
Was that a song, or did you guys just like break up on our show?
It was a song. When did you ask that?
It sounded a lot like a very real argument just set to music.
No, that was our new song. We've been working on it for weeks.
Do you guys live together?
No.
He said he flushed your medication down the toilet.
I live in Canada. He lives in the United States.
Yeah, it's him.
It's performance art.
Okay.
We go to a dark place in our souls.
Okay, cool.
It's unquiet.
Yeah, I can definitely understand
you would
that.
be unquiet if your medication had been flushed by some terrible roommate that you met on Craigslist.
Well, listeners, if you have a roommate who's been flushing your medication, that is not okay.
You should probably stab them.
I also can't advocate that. Well, I'd like to take a moment and thank American Goth revivalists. cLoveless? Not cLoveless. cLoveless?
Again, this is getting somewhat tiresome.
Okay, sure.
This is art, and you can interpret it the way that you would like.
Okay, wonderful. Where can we find your music? Where can we see you next?
We're on iTunes.
Okay.
And we'll be playing the Belfry.
The Belfry.
We're playing the Belfry three nights.
Probably a literal belfry.
No. It's a venue called the Belfry. It used to be a erotic massage parlor.
Okay, so that's Indiana, I want to say.
Many tears.
Okay, well, I'd like to thank all of our guests today.
It is the saddest of venues.
Oh. Well, let me take a moment to end our show here by thanking stock car driver Len Coyers, 51st Ward Alderman Bobby Colosseum, and, of course, American Goth revivalist cLoveless for joining us on the show today.
That was incredible.
Pretty good show today.
Great show, I think.
Yeah. I'm glad we're getting some really interesting art on the show.
Right. Even if I don't get it, it's good that we have it here and we're spreading it out.
Oh, I definitely get it. I get it. That was good. Real good art. Well, from Adrian and myself, we'd like to bid you all a good evening.
Good evening.
The Good Evening Show is edited by Adrian Wolfman. Bobby Colosseum was played by Bill Pekoc. Produced by Henry Van Loon and Adrian Wolfman. Special funding by David H. Shasta.
A Jam Gina production.